करंट अफेयर्स शुड ऑलवेज बी स्टडीड विथ स्टैटिक। अलग से करंट अफेयर्स लेके मत करना, इट डजंट हैव गुड आरओआई। हमारे यहाँ जो भी करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ाया जाएगा, आई विल माई सेल्फ बी टाइपिंग इट, आई विल माई सेल्फ बी कंपाइलिंग इट। नाउ so let me start the session with a general idea about what we have to study. It will take 1 or 2 minutes, but all of us should have this general idea कि we have broadly these subjects to be covered: history, and इसमें art and culture also. Art and culture, history में I'm including modern history, ancient, medieval, plus art and culture. We have geography, and with geography let me include mapping, India wali, India mapping. We have polity, we have economy, we have science and tech, environment, international bodies, and mapping. Which mapping? International wali, places in news and all, international wali. National wali India mapping is something that I'm including with geography, and international bodies के साथ I'm including international mapping. IR से we don't get a lot of questions. Most of the questions are from international bodies. देखो, these are the 7 things that we need to cover for our preliminary examination preparation. Whatever strategy you have will revolve around preparing for these 7 areas. Questions would be from this. Now you may say, sir, what about schemes? Yes, schemes are always ingrained in it. For example, when you're studying economy, आप agriculture पढ़ोगे तो agriculture की सारी schemes करोगे. When you're studying polity, तो polity के साथ some social justice aspect, those schemes could also be done. Similarly, when you're studying science tech, all the science tech related schemes. When you're studying environment, all the environment related schemes. अलग से cramming 200 schemes doesn't make sense. It should always be done with the subject. Okay, these are the 7 things that we need to cover, that we need to deal with. And roughly what happens, from the first 6 subjects, we get roughly around 15 questions each. So you will have 15 into 6 questions, roughly 90 questions would be coming from this area. And the last one, international bodies, international mapping, roughly gives you 10 questions. So in total we get 100 questions. Now I know some of you may say, sir, economy से 18 questions आते हैं, या history से 18 आते हैं, या science से ज़्यादा आते हैं, या environment से ज़्यादा आते हैं. This is the rough number. So this will the purpose is that we need to understand कि all these subjects kind of have equal weightage. So when you take a call कि यार, can I leave this, can I leave that, remember this in mind that all of these subjects roughly have equal weightage. It may happen कि कभी science से 10-12 questions आ रहे हैं but environment से ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं. It may happen कभी polity से थोड़े ज़्यादा questions आ रहे हैं, geography से थोड़े कम आ रहे हैं, but roughly this is the scenario, this is the number. Okay, यहाँ पे does anyone have any doubt कि sir we need to cover something else, we need to deal with something else other than these subjects? Do we need to cover anything else? बताइए comments में if you think that I need to cover anything else other than these things. CSAT, yes, fine. CSAT, मैं GS की बात कर रहा था. Fine. CSAT is another major paper and altogether a full paper. Fine, I'll also speak about CSAT. Anything else, guys? Random CA questions like sports. देखो यार, current affairs should always be studied with static. अलग से current affairs लेके मत करना, it doesn't have good ROI. I'm a current affairs teacher. I have been I'm primarily a current affairs teacher. Science tech environment तो बस पढ़ा देते हैं. I'm primarily a current affairs teacher, and I am telling you, current affairs should not be studied like facts that we study, like Ghatna Chakra that we study for UPPCS or other examination. It should always be studied integrated with this. Okay. Say. IB is international bodies. Culture तो मैंने यहाँ include किया ना, art and culture. Random CA questions like sports. NCERT देखो, when we are studying these things, अभी मैंने sources नहीं बताए. All these subjects have to be studied. उसमें we'll talk about how NCERT has to be studied. All those things we will be speaking about. So one thing that we are clear of is that these are the broad areas. यहाँ पे one thing एक addition जो you can do is IB कहाँ से पढ़े आते हैं we'll go to each of the things, we'll go to each of the subjects and we'll talk about that. Now हाँ, one thing that is perhaps not covered here is random CA questions. Random CA questions like कभी sports से कुछ question आ गया और डिफेंस वाला तो ऐसे साइंस टेक में कवर हो जाता है, बट आई थिंक स्पोर्ट्स वाज इज द ओनली थिंग. बाकी आर्ट एंड कल्चर में कवर हो जाते हैं, अवार्ड्स वगैरह तो हम वहां पे पढ़ाते हैं. तो स्पोर्ट्स इज द ओनली थिंग विच इज नॉट गेटिंग कवर्ड हियर एंड समटाइम्स क्वेश्चंस गेट आस्क्ड फ्रॉम देयर. अब देखो, UPSC in 1 year have asked a few questions from sports. It doesn't mean that every day we'll start reading two pages of Hindu or 2 pages of Indian Express on sports. कुछ broadly आपके interest की basis पे पढ़ते रहिए, एक दो क्वेश्चन आते हैं, ठीक है. उसके लिए you do not create altogether a new subject, new topic here कि हम यहाँ पे sports बना देते हैं and we'll study facts about sports. No, we would not do that. That's a very stupid thing to do. अगर it would be important at the end, I'll take मतलब perhaps 30-40 main areas of sports for in 30-40 minutes in the factual form, but this is not something on which you should be spending time. Let's come to CSAT. देखो, what should be the strategy for CSAT? Let's talk about this. And now we have different kinds of students. There are some students who have not done any mathematics after class 10. There are some students who have come from engineering background and have kept on doing some mathematics. There are some students who come from a background where they did mathematics till class 12, but after that they haven't. And then there are some students who are very comfortable in comprehension and they feel like reasoning comprehension is good enough for me. है ना? I should leave quant etc. because it's very difficult for me. So different students go for different strategy, and there are a few things that I would want to first tell you about CSAT. देखो, CSAT में ना, one thing that students do is, engineering students think कि they will go for quant and reasoning. ये engineering students सोचते हैं. Art students think they will do reasoning plus English. People who have difficulty in mathematics, who have difficulty in quant, they think कि they will do reasoning and English. They do not want to spend time on quant. पता है, the strategy is wrong by both of you. See, for those of you who relied only on quant and reasoning, I personally know some of my juniors who were IITians who had mathematics as optional. In 2023, they failed prelims. Why? Because quant part was very difficult. And because they had only relied on quant, they got stuck there and were not able to qualify. In 2023 only, some of my students who were from arts background were able to clear it because English comprehension part was easier on that year. So if these people who had relied completely on quantum reasoning would have said कि नहीं मैं English भी करूंगा, then what would have happened? They would have done well in 2023 exam also. English comprehension was not difficult at all. ऐसे ही in 2024 quant came easy and थोड़ा English comprehension was a bit tricky. These people were at advantage, these people suffered. Why did this happen? Because they relied on only one part of the syllabus. The first rule is you prepare for all the three things. That is quant, reasoning, data interpretation, सारी चीजें and English comprehension. Do not rely on just one part. I generally tell students one rule. In CSAT, there are enough easy questions to clear the examination. That is, the 80 questions that you get, the 80 questions that you get is enough for clearing your in these 80 questions. There are enough easy questions, but those easy questions will not necessarily be in maths, will not necessarily be in reasoning, will not necessarily be in English comprehension. They may be distributed. So if you have prepared for all three sections properly, you will be able to find enough easy question to crack this examination. But if you rely on only a few sections, you will face challenges, you will face issues in finding those easy questions. So clearing CSAT is easy if you have done an average job on all the three sections. First rule. तैयारी सीसैट की कैसे करोगे? तैयारी सीसैट की पूरी चीजों के लिए करोगे, पहला चीज. दूसरा, नाउ what should we do for CSAT? देखो, in general, if you think that you are good at quant, English, etc., in general you are good and you have to do some practice. जैसे there are some of you who may have very good English background, very good mathematics background and are like comfortable. You do not have to do any classes. What you do is 2011 में I think CSAT was introduced for the first time. 2011 से 2024 there are 24 years papers of नहीं 24 years नहीं 14 years. मेरा CSAT खराब हो रहा है. Papers of 14 years. पहले there used to be 100 questions, then it became 80 questions. There is something like that. You do each and every question. I'm not saying each and every paper. I'm saying each and every question. That's important. For those of you who think that you are comfortable. Comfortable means you are confident. कि आपकी English भी अच्छी है, आपकी quant भी अच्छी है. You should not spend a lot of time in classes and all. Just ensure that you are in a position to solve each and every question. Sometimes you come to a question of family tree and you are not able to solve it. Fine. Spend 45 minutes, 1 hour, go and watch a YouTube video to understand how the family tree questions are solved and then solve all the questions of family tree. You are finding it difficult to solve comprehension papers. PYQ करो, उसके answers देखो, समझो. What is the thing that makes us, like, what is the kind of thing that you need to emphasize on to solve a comprehension question? Do that. Are you getting my point? Ki, for those of you who feel that we are comfortable in comprehension, we are comfortable in quant, they should not do any classes, they should not run behind a lot of tests, but they should ensure that each and every question that has been asked in the examination from 2011 to 2024, I can solve it. On 1st of May, you should come to me and say, sir, 2011 से 2024 तक कोई भी क्वेश्चन करा लो मुझसे CSAT में, मैं कर दूंगा. Your preparation is good enough. Now, for rest of you like first category of student, don't go for any classes as such, not needed. Second category of student, आपका क्या वीक है? आपका क्वांट वीक है, आपका मैथमेटिक्स वीक है. बेटा, do classes. If it's weak, देखो एक चीज समझते हैं, जो CSAT में वो जो मैथमेटिक्स में जो क्वेश्चन आते हैं ना, some of us can just look at the question and say, अरे answer would be half, and some of us will take 10 minutes to solve that question. ये जो एप्टीट्यूड है ना, ये एप्टीट्यूड लर्न नहीं किया जाता, ये एप्टीट्यूड डेवलप करना पड़ता है. और ये एप्टीट्यूड डेवलप होगा when you are doing those things regularly, when you make those calculations a part of your life, when you make those calculations as something that you are naturally able to do. Someone who comes from a background where they have done a lot of mathematics right from the childhood, they find quant paper easy. But for some of us, it may be very difficult because we have not done a lot of mathematics right from our childhood. तो हमें अभी क्या करना होगा ना, हमें अभी इंश्योर करना है, देखो, some of you may be weak at mathematics, some of you may be weak in comprehension. यही वाला English, I should write English. ऐसा हो सकता है. आप लोगों को क्या करना है? One thing, अच्छा, यहाँ पे भी I'll take two categories of students. Some of you are very bad when you attempt paper of 2024. You are able to get only 40-50. आपको तो classes करनी है. Attend one CSAT class. क्लास करो, अच्छे से समझो how those questions are solved. It may be free class, it may be paid class, whatever. You may be doing it at LevelUp IAS, you may be doing it at anywhere else. That's not an issue. But do one class properly. After that, you will do the same thing. Each and every PYQ from 2011 to 2024 should be doable by you. And what you people should also be doing is every day 1 hour. Every day 1 hour. आप ना कोई टाइम फिक्स कर लो कि यार 2:30 PM to 3:30 PM in the afternoon. Every day, what I have to do? I have to do CSAT. If you are weak in mathematics, every day 2:30 to 3:30, you will be, other than your classes, other than your homework, other than your test, 2:30 to 3:30 every day is fixed for CSAT. Do it every day for next 5 months. Even a day before your preliminary examination. Make the process of thinking in terms of thinking in the method in which mathematics questions are solved as a part of your life, so that on the last day, on 25th May, when you are solving MCQ, CSAT MCQ, it should be natural. यार ये तो मैं रोज करता आ रहा हूं. So for those of you who are very weak, who are able to get only let's say 40 or 50 marks in 2024 CSAT paper, अगर आप 50 से कम मार्क्स लेके आ रहे हो 2024 CSAT पेपर में, क्लासेस करो, क्लासेस पूरा कंप्लीट करो, कंप्लीट ऑल द PYQs. All the PYQs means all the PYQs, comprehension, reasoning, mathematics. क्लासेस करिए तो you should be able to solve the PYQs. If you are not able to solve it, go back to your teacher, बोलो क्या पढ़ाया, मैं तो ये क्वांट वाला क्वेश्चन सॉल्व ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूं. Right? Ensure that you are going. First category of students also have to complete all the PYQs जो अच्छे से prepared है. जो सेकंड कैटेगरी वाले पहले क्लासेस करेंगे, वहां सारी प्रैक्टिस करेंगे, फिर सारे PYQs करेंगे. एंड अदर देन दिस 1 hour of preparation every day you have to do. Some of you may say feel कि सर this is an overkill. 1 hour every day is not needed. बेटा लोगों के ना एक साल बर्बाद हो जाते हैं इस चक्कर में. किस चक्कर में? They were overconfident in CSAT. तो second category of students who are weak either at comprehension and mathematics, और नहीं ना, जिनके 40-50 मार्क्स आ रहे हो तो दोनों में वीक है. They are weak in comprehension also, reasoning also, mathematics also. They should attend one class, do all the PYQs, and do what? Do 1 hour of mathematics or 1 hour of comprehension every day, so that that becomes very natural to them by the time of examination. Now, some of you जो जिनका स्कोर ना, जब आप 2024 का पेपर करने जाओ, आपका स्कोर 50 to 75 के बीच में आ रहा है. आपका स्कोर अगर 50 to 75 के बीच में आ रहा है, इट मींस विद सम प्रैक्टिस यू विल बी एबल टू डू वेल. आप क्लासेस करो, उनके सारे टेस्ट वगैरह करो, एंड एटलीस्ट हाफ एन आवर रोज प्रैक्टिस करते रहो करते रहो करते रहो. एवरी संडे जो ओपन टेस्ट स्टार्ट होंगे उसमें सीसैट का पेपर भी करते रहो. दिस शुड बी द स्ट्रैटेजी. This should be the CSAT strategy for us. So I will again revise the entire thing. For those of you who are comfortable in both quant and English and feel कि यार CSAT is easy, उनको क्या करना है? उनको 2011 से 2024 का पूरा एक एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लेना है, एंड देन संडेज को CSAT के टेस्ट देते रहो. दैट्स इट. डोंट गो फॉर एनी क्लासेस, डोंट गो फॉर डेली प्रैक्टिस एंड ऑल. जस्ट डू ऑल द PYQs on Sundays. Keep doing CSAT test. You may be scoring 90, 100, 120 every week, and you are comfortable. Don't go for anything else. Some of for second category of student, they are very bad and उनका स्कोर 40-50 आ रहा है. आप क्लास करो, उनके सारे क्वेश्चंस प्रैक्टिस करो, each and every PYQ करो, and every day at least 1 hour every day spend on CSAT, और प्रेफरेबली 2:30 to 3:30 वाला टाइम जब आप CSAT वहां पे कर रहे होगे. कहां पे कर रहे होगे? फाइनल डे में एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में कर रहे होगे. एंड फॉर दोज ऑफ यू हु आर स्कोरिंग 50 to 75 के बीच में, मतलब यू आर कंफर्टेबली, यू आर नॉट वेरी वेल प्रिपेयर्ड, बॉर्डर पे रहते हो, तो आपको प्रिपरेशन करने की जरूरत है. जो पार्ट आपको वीक लगता है उसकी प्रिपरेशन करिए. फिर क्या करिए? MCQs प्रैक्टिस करिए. यू ऑल्सो हैव टू डू ऑल द PYQs. But this third category of student, they do not have to spend perhaps 1 hour every day. Half an hour every day should be good enough for your CSAT. Now, क्लासेस कौन सी करनी है एंड ऑल, मैं तो आपको लेवल अप ही बोलूंगा, मेरा इंस्टीट्यूशन है. है ना. बट यू टेक अ कॉल. मैम इज वेरी गुड, मैम इज वेरी अप्रोचेबल, एंड हिमांशी मैम की वीडियोस आप देखोगे, यू विल बी मेस्मराइज्ड कि यार इतनी सिंपली ये चीजें हो सकती हैं. बट यू कैन एक्सप्लोर एनी ऑफ द इंस्टीट्यूशन दैट यू वांट. ओके, यू आर नॉट स्टार्टिंग लेट. 5 महीने काफी है. देखो, आई प्रॉमिस यू दिस कि if you are with sincerity doing PMP classes, if you with sincerity do all the tests that happens, if you with full sincerity do all the PYQs that we are doing in class, if you with full sincerity revise everything as per your test, and if you with full sincerity are doing RTFQ, you will be prepared for this examination. You are not late एंड यू विल नॉट बी. आप क्लास करना शुरू करिए, आप रियलाइज करोगे जैसे जैसे चीजें सीखते जाओगे एंड पीवाईक्यू सॉल्व होती जाएंगी ना, यू विल कीप गेटिंग मोटिवेटेड. अरे मुझे आता है सब, अरे मुझे आता है सब. तो बिकॉज राइट नाउ यू हैव नॉट कंप्लीटेड ऑल दोस पीवाईक्यूज, यू फील लाइक पता नहीं एग्जाम में क्या आता होगा. तो डोंट वरी, विल टेक केयर ऑफ इट. विजय इज सेइंग सर आई एम पार्ट ऑफ एमएमपी मेंस प्रोग्राम. अभी हमारा एक मेंस का प्रोग्राम चल रहा है, ही इज पार्ट ऑफ इट. I don't know whether to choose PMP or Target Prelims. I'm blank in that part. Please help me. चलो समझा देते हैं. देखो फिर से समझते हैं. If you are not good at basic subjects like history, geography, polity, economy, इसके fundamentals आपके weak हैं. What you do? You join PMP, Prelims Masters Program. Prelims Masters Program में we will cover history, geography, polity, economy with fundamentals. We will also cover science, environment, international bodies and mapping. But वो भी fundamentals के साथ ही होगा. But history, geography, polity, economy पे special focus है PMP में. If you think कि सर मेरे को history, geography, polity, economy आती है, I need to focus more on current affairs. I need to focus more on dynamic subjects like science, environment, international bodies, mapping, जिसमें बहुत changes होते रहते हैं. Then you go for Target Prelims. Target Prelims is the current affairs program. PMP is the GS का full program. ठीक है, प्लीज समझिए इसे. सर, if I have doubts about preparation or facing any issue, how can I address it in PMP batch? बेटा देखो देखो, in the very first class में नहीं, because in the second class I will give my number to all the students who are enrolled at LevelUp IAS program. ठीक है, उसके बाद आप एक मीटिंग शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं, ऑफिस में कॉल करके मीटिंग शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं, या फिर मुझे मैसेज करके मीटिंग शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं. वी विल सिट एंड वी विल लुक आफ्टर एनी प्रॉब्लम दैट यू हैव. वन फीडबैक दैट यू विल गेट फ्रॉम एवरीवन अबाउट लेवल अप आईएएस इज दैट यहाँ पे टीचर्स बहुत अप्रोचेबल होते हैं. तो वी आर नॉट लाइक, हम कोई बहुत बड़े लोग नहीं है कि वो कैमरा पे चलते हैं ना, टीचर्स आते हैं ऐसे फिल्म स्टार्स की तरह आ रहे हैं 4 बॉडीगार्ड्स लेके. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. आप आओ, आप लोग सब छोटे भाई बहन हो, हम वैसे ही ट्रीट करेंगे आपको. ठीक है. Who needs to join Target Prelims? It's just for current affairs, fact based, right? Can't we just do monthly magazine for current affairs? हाँ बेटा, you can do it. If you're doing PMP, आप Prelims Masters program कर रहे हो, तो आफ्टर 30th मार्च जो अपडेट्स हैं उसको आप दूसरे मैगजीन से भी कर सकते हो if you're not doing Target Prelims. But I'll tell you something. जैसे इन अराउंड 20th जनवरी में आपको साइंस पढ़ाना शुरू करूंगा पीएमपी में, प्रीलिम्स मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम में. आई टीच यू साइंस. देयर आई विल कवर ऑलमोस्ट अ लॉट ऑफ करंट अफेयर्स. उसके बाद आफ्टर मार्च द करंट अफेयर्स दैट यू विल गेट विल बी एन एडिशन टू दैट. whereas if you go for other magazines, other things, what would happen? They will not consider whatever has already been taught to you. वो फिर से सारी चीजें दे देंगे और फिर वो थोड़ा सा सिंक में नहीं रहता, वो प्रॉब्लम हो जाता है. अदरवाइज यू कैन डू इट फ्रॉम एनी सोर्स दैट यू वांट. पीएमपी इन इटसेल्फ विल बी गुड इनफ. ओनली सम अपडेट्स वुड बी नीडेड आफ्टर दैट. ओके. इफ वी हैवंट जॉइंड पीएमपी, कैन वी डू सीए वाया मैगजीन? व्हाट एक्स्ट्रा आर वी गेटिंग इन टारगेट प्रीलिम्स? अच्छा, हाँ. If you haven't joined PMP, then Target Prelims is something that you should be doing. In Target Prelims, subjects like science and technology will be covered from basics. It will not just be current affairs, all fundamentals. Subject like environment will be covered from basics. Subject like international body, subject like mapping. आप जब current affairs magazine करोगे ना, तो उसमें बस factual part होंगे. Whereas our Target Prelims program for these 4 subjects, science, environment, international bodies, mapping, covers it from basic fundamental understanding. And you see, जब क्वेश्चन एग्जाम में आते हैं ना, तो क्वेश्चन आर अ मिक्स ऑफ what is happening right now and what are the fundamental concepts. तो बेटा नेहा आपके लिए ना एक important method होगा to understand whether target prelims current affairs would be useful for you or not, would be to watch demo class on 10th of January. हमारा target prelims current affairs program PMP वाले बच्चों को नहीं करना है ये, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड. PMP वाले बच्चे अपने PMP की क्लासेस करेंगे मार्च तक. आई एम टॉकिंग टू नेहा. नेहा हुज आस्किंग कि क्या टारगेट प्रीलिम्स मेरे लिए अच्छा होगा. टारगेट प्रीलिम्स का आप 10th ऑफ जनवरी का पहला डेमो क्लास करना, आपको अंदाजा लग जाएगा कि विल फर्स्ट कवर ये जो डायनेमिक एरियाज है, साइंस, एनवायरमेंट, इंटरनेशनल बॉडीज, मैपिंग, उसका कौन सा सेक्शन, उसका बेसिक फंडामेंटल सेक्शन, एंड देन वी विल लिंक करंट अफेयर्स विद इट. जो कॉन्सेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी आपको मिलेगा वो आपको मैगजीन से नहीं मिल सकता है.